Hey everyone, so today I'm making a meal that I prepped last night. It's called Maple Dijon chicken thighs. I got 7 boneless, skinless chicken thighs in this bag, and I threw in a half cup of Dijon, and then a half cup of maple syrup, 2 tablespoons of red wine vinegar, and just a dash of salt and pepper. So I just had it in the fridge marinating overnight. So I'm going to throw that in the crock pot right now, and I'll show you what it looks like. So I just threw it in the slow cooker, and I honestly feel like this mixture wasn't as liquidy last night. I don't know, but the chicken was a little bit just slightly frozen when I threw it in to marinate. So that's what it's. You know what it reminds me of? The Dijon mustard reminds me of a deviled egg. The smell. It smells like a deviled egg. The Dijon. It called for a cup of Dijon, but I only did a half because it does have a kick to it. And I know that my husband, this is a new meal. I'm trying it. We're all trying it for the first time. So I know that my husband's a picky eater. He kind of likes bland food. Doesn't really care for all the fluffy, free seasonings. So I'm trying this out and hopefully he likes it. I think I might make it with some mashed potatoes or rice, who knows, but we'll see when we get there. Right now I have it on low. It's 11:40 a.m. I'm gonna let this go for probably about 4.5 hours until my husband gets home. Hey, so I am making apple crisp bread today, and I'm going to show you how I do that. Right here in this bowl I have a softened stick of butter, 2 teaspoons of vanilla, and a half cup of granulated sugar. To that I'm going to add 2 eggs. I'm going to crack them in something separate first, just to see if I have any shells. So there goes 1 egg. The second egg. I'm going to mix this up with my egg beater. To this mixture, I am going to add this right here, which is 1.5 cups of flour, teaspoon of baking soda, and 1/4 teaspoon of salt. I whisk it together. So I'm going to just add that right in. And yes, I know we're supposed to add it in slowly, but we ain't got time for that. This is a half cup of milk. And I'm going to mix this together. I have 1 gala apple that I'm going to peel, slice, and decore. If you want, you can do more than 1, but I think I'm just going to do 1. That's all I'm going to do. I'm going to just chop this up. Right here, I have the apple chopped up. And to it, I added a 1/3 cup of brown sugar and a teaspoon of cinnamon. I'm just going to give this a good mix. I was contemplating, I think I might add another apple to this. I don't know. You know what? I'm just going to go with this. 1, I don't really feel like chopping up another apple, and 2, I don't want I preferably don't want too many apple chunks with the bread, so this is good. Alright, so that's nicely mixed. I'm going to assemble it now. So I have my bread pan right here with some parchment paper along the bottom, just so you can easily take the loaf out. Now, don't be fooled by this batter. It's supposed to be thick. The reason why is it's dense bread, and you're going to get a lot of moisture from those apples. So Just don't go adding more milk to it. So for the topping, I have 2 tablespoons of brown sugar, a tablespoon of flour, and then a ½ teaspoon of cinnamon. I just did a sprinkle, I didn't really measure that. But I thought Apple Crisp has oats. You don't have to do this, but I think I'm going to sprinkle some oats on top first. And then I'm going to do the sugar mixture. And now it is time to clean up. Oh gosh, this was all clean before. Oh, let's see how that Dijon maple chicken is doing. Oh gosh. It smells strongly of Dijon. This has been in here for, let's see, 3 hours. It's been here for 3 hours. I'm gonna let it go another hour. I really hope this is good. So, we'll see, I guess, right? It's not perfect. The dishes are still in there, but I don't feel like unloading the dishwasher and unloading that little bit, right, Chess? So that's what I have to do. Got the bread baking, and I'll see that in an hour. And I'll show you the Dijon maple chicken when that's done. My bread's looking good. I got 9 minutes left. Boiling some potatoes for the Dijon maple chicken. And a good tip is if your bread starts to get too brown about halfway through, put some foil over, or I've even heard of lowering the temp to like 325. But mine's looking pretty good, so I'm gonna keep it as is. When it's done, I'm gonna pull it out, put it on a cooling rack, let it cool down, and I'll show you what it looks like when I do slice it up. So I just took this out, checked the temperature, and it's at almost 200 degrees. Thermometer came out clear, so this is done to me. I just got it in a cooling rack type thing, pulled it out. It was pretty easy to pull out the bread pan. So that's what it's looking like. I think the oats make it look real nice. And then I might do like a confectionery sugar mixed with milk and glaze that over the top. We'll see though. Mashing up the potatoes, just put in a stick of butter that's softened, dash of salt, I didn't really measure, and then some milk. I don't really ever measure when I make my mashed potatoes. So I'm gonna mash this up and just add in more things as I go. So I let this chicken go for like 5 hours, I believe. And here's the juices. What I'm gonna do is just thicken this a little bit. I tried it and it's delicious. It's definitely not as tangy as the Dijon mustard plain. Super tangy. Like it's got a kick to it. Like Grey Poupon, like horseradish. And so when it's cooking, and then it adds the juices, and then it's got the maple, it tastes better. So I got this 2 tablespoons flour with a little bit of water mixture. I'm gonna thicken this sauce up. Hopefully it doesn't take that long as it did last time. So I'm gonna just stir this a little bit. I have it on high. I'll let it sit for like 30-40 minutes. Looks like it's already starting to thicken a little bit. So yeah, and then I took the liberty of just adding in a little bit more maple syrup earlier. Not too much, but just a little bit, because I was worried that it was gonna be like too spicy tasting. Here's everything plated up. I got some peas on the side, because I love peas. And everything tastes pretty good, I must say. So I hope you give this recipe a try, and I'll see you in my next video.